right, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Marsh Noel, Assistant to the City Manager, moderating tonight's call. With that being said, welcome, welcome, welcome. We thank everyone for joining us for our regular community teleconference. And so I just want to let you guys know that we do have quite a bit of information that we would like to share with you. It's very important, so I ask that you kindly go and grab your friends, your families, your neighbor here in the city and let them know they too can join this call. Also, we are watching it. If you are watching this online, I ask that you please share as well. Share to everyone that you know so that they too can hear the important information that they're going to receive. So on tonight's conference call, we do have members of our Emergency Operations Center that will provide updates regarding COVID-19 and city operations. They include our City Manager, Jonathan Evans, Operations Section Chief, Chief Kurd, and our Health and Human Services Section Chief, Ms. Grimsley. After our staff reports, we will open the floor to any caller that wishes to ask any questions. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our City Manager, Jonathan Evans.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Ms. Noel, for facilitating this call. On this call, you're going to hear a lot about some of the activities that the City of Riviera Beach is doing to ensure your safety, but also to acquire the vaccine. Realize that the vaccine is a very important commodity and very challenging to be able to secure. And so the City of Riviera Beach, working with the State of Florida Health Department, the Division of Emergency Management, the Palm Beach County Health Department, as well as our local state senator, Bobby Powell, are working feverishly to be able to acquire the vaccine and hopefully get it in our community as quickly as possible. We've been very fortunate with regards to the vaccine being available to the residents of Heron Estates, and thank you to all our partners that assisted in facilitating that. It was a good showing from the community, and we look to deploy more opportunities in the City of Riviera Beach. COVID-19 is still ever present in our community. We must continue to wear our mask, exercise social distancing, continue to wash our hands, and realize that the numbers are still spiking. And we have to make sure that we do everything in our power to make everyone aware that we cannot turn a blind eye to what's happening in our community. We have had situations whereby certain pockets in our community have seen an uptick in regards to people testing positive for COVID-19. We know that that is attributable to people's holiday travel and seeing family members, friends, and loved ones. No one more than myself would like the opportunity to be with their family and friends during this time, but unfortunately, as a result of COVID, we can't do that. And so continue to do the things that you've done. Continue to monitor all our social media channels for the most relevant and up-to-date information. We will be looking to push out information concerning the vaccine on multiple platforms. We will be putting out information via our new text message, mobile messaging, as well as hardline messaging system via Code Red, as well as utilizing Channel 18, our YouTube channel, social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter, to make sure that you are informed of what's going on. It is important that you continue to follow what's happening in the City of Riviera Beach, and you are ever present when we do send out the messages concerning the vaccination of our community. We are still providing food distribution to the residents in our community, and that will continue on till the end of this month. You will also hear about things that the Chief and Riviera Beach Fire Rescue is doing to assist in providing vaccinations to the residents of this community. And so, again, we cannot thank you enough for continuing to follow these calls. There will be a lot of information that will be coming out. And I ask you to continue to find information on reputable sources. And the City of Riviera Beach website will be a major focal point for the distribution of information. I want to thank you for listening on the call, and you will hear a lot of information from our section chiefs and what is happening. If you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact our office, and Ms. Noel will provide you with contact information at the conclusion of the call. We also will be propping up some lines that will be answering questions and be providing additional information as new information is provided. I can tell you that information concerning the vaccine has been provided to the city, but it has changed on multiple times just in a day. So as we continue to advocate and fight for access to this vaccine, certainly keep your attention on our communication pieces, because that is going to be the first place that we provide information to the residents of this community. At this particular moment, Ms. Noel, I turn the presentation back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Next, we're going to hear from our Operations Section Chief, Chief Kurd.
Thank you, Ms. Noel, and good evening, community. John Kurd, Fire Chief, serving as the Operations Section Chief in our EOC within Riviera Beach's Emergency Management Division. First and foremost, many of you know me. For those of you who don't know me, I don't mince words very often. Please understand, Riviera Beach Fire Rescue, the City of Riviera Beach, all departments, Parks and Recreation, we have Public Works, City Administration, YEP has dedicated themselves to ensuring that this vaccine gets to our community. But with demand, there's always an issue of supply. And right now, we are dealing with a supply issue. We have worked with every one of our elected officials who are doing a phenomenal job for you in the community. We have worked with individuals, lobbyists. We have worked with senators. We have talked to congressmen. We have done everything possible as far as the Palm Beach County Fire Chiefs Association, which I'm a member of, reaching out to the governor themselves and the fire marshal in the state of Florida to allow for fire rescue to distribute their own vaccines. You're going to see a lot of things on the news and media. I've fielded dozens of phone calls wanting to know why Riviera Beach Fire Rescue isn't administering the vaccination for the community like said department. You picked the one that we've seen on the news. Unbeknownst to many of our residents, Riviera Beach Fire Rescue has engaged in vaccinating members of our community. We've had multiple vaccinations in the community, but the one thing that needs to be understood is the vaccines that were provided were not provided to the city of Riviera Beach. Riviera Beach was assisting the Palm Beach County Health Department or the Florida Department of Health, Florida Department of Emergency Management in the distribution, meaning we did not schedule the appointments, we had no say-so in where the vaccine went, nor do we have an opportunity to steer that. We are just happy that the vaccine is in our community, and whatever fire rescue can do to get that to our residents is what we're gonna do. We have worked very hard in the Fire Chiefs Association with the pledge from Mr. Evans and our city council that we will make sure that we get this vaccine to our community. And that has been extremely helpful to us. We will be working very hard over the next couple of days on a couple of other distributions. Senator Bobby Powell has a sponsored event in the city. Again, he is under direction from the governor to work with certain entities to reach out to members of our community to provide the vaccine. We do not have an opportunity to put that out to our residents. This is being handled at a state level in our community. However, I am very happy to announce that we've been promised, and I say this not really holding on to it, but wishing it to be true. We have been promised regular doses of the vaccine on a weekly basis. The Florida Fire Chiefs Association and the Palm Beach County Association of Fire Chiefs has lobbied very hard to get this vaccine. We will see it in our community. Supply and demand is the issue right now, and I cannot urge our residents enough. Please follow us on social media. Please monitor Channel 18. We are going to be using new and innovative communication methods. Ms. Noel has brought a phenomenal notification system to our community called Code Red. We are going to go on a campaign to have people sign up for notifications to Code Red. This is how we're going to be able to communicate to our community on what's happening, where it's happening, and when it's happening. And it is going to be essential that you all right now follow us on Facebook, making sure you're staying tuned to Channel 18. We also have our Twitter page that you can monitor, because when the vaccine becomes available, many times when we've been asked to help distribute the vaccine, we've been given less than 24 hours notice. So things are going to happen fast, things are going to happen quick, and if you're not in the loop, if you are not following the city of Riviera Beach, you may miss out on some of these opportunities. A lot of times we will be asked to pick up vaccines, or what is being told of us is we are going to be asked to pick up a vaccine on Tuesday afternoon. We are going to put out for registration on Tuesday night. On Wednesday morning, we will be vaccinating. If you're not paying attention, I understand many of us are not tech savvy, but we do need to find a way, whether it's through our loved ones, some of our close family members, to look out for alerts and notifications on Facebook from Riviera Beach. We are very excited about what's going on. We've been talking about this for some time. Riviera Beach has already put out its closed pod plan and had approval, all of the documentation, all of our firefighters' trainings. Everything is in place that we need to start receiving the vaccine. We will continue to support Palm Beach County Health Department, the Florida Department of Health, and Florida Department of Emergency Management in their endeavors in our community. But what we really want is we want the vaccine distributed to Riviera Beach so that we can go ahead, schedule those appointments, and ensure that it's getting to our community. So I ask for your patience. Calling, complaining, who, what, when, where, and why is not going to help. We will not sit on vaccine. We will not hold vaccine. We will not turn vaccine away. When it hits our doors, it will be available to the community. Careful with what the media is putting out on who's getting what. I could honestly say Riviera Beach has received, by the end of this weekend, it's going to be close to 1,000 vaccines within our municipality alone. However, Riviera Beach didn't dispense that vaccine or wasn't given that vaccine. It was dispensed through, again, Palm Beach County Health Department, and it was also in collaboration with the Florida Department of Health. So please stay tuned. We are working, as Mr. Evans used the term, feverishly on every aspect of notification, registration, vaccinations, every base is covered. We are just waiting for the vaccine. So please stay tuned, and we wish you all well. As it relates to the numbers, we clearly understand there's a spike. The U.S. is now at 23.2 million cases. We've seen over 386,000 deaths. Florida's at 1.5 million cases with 23,981 deaths. Palm Beach County, 94,000 plus cases with over 2,000 deaths. The daily positivity rates are coming down slightly, which was expected now that we're 2 weeks out from the holidays, but we're still above that 5%. I can tell you that many of our census-tracked areas have decreased in the numbers. We only have one area that's deemed a hotspot, but considering that there are 51, I repeat, 51 hotspots in Palm Beach County, Riviera Beach has one. So whatever you all are doing, keep doing it. And I hope what you're doing is wearing your mask, physical distancing, avoiding those large gatherings, hand sanitizing, disinfecting, all of those things that need to be done so that we can wait for this vaccine and hopefully put an end to what is COVID-19. We are always available to answer questions. We would love to make sure that our community is informed, but calls like this and our social media will answer most of your questions. So log in, stay tuned, and we will continue working for you all as we have pledged to look out for your health and safety. With that, I turn it over to you, Ms. Noel.
Thank you, Chief Hurd. Next, we're going to hear from our Health and Human Services Section Chief, Ms. Grimsley.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Noel. Good evening. This is Valerie Grimsley, your YEP Director at the National Health and Human Services Section Chief. I'd like to discuss a little bit about our food distribution, which you've heard a little bit from our City Manager, Mr. Evans. The City continues our partnership with Feeding South Florida to provide community food distributions once weekly at Wells Recreation. These distributions are continually held on Fridays from 9 to 11. Distributions will, however, make a slight change at the end of January. In February, food distributions will go to a biweekly distribution schedule. The schedule will be held still on Fridays, but it will go to the second and fourth Fridays of the month in February. We will provide distributions at the same capacity, but just on different days so that we're able to continuously serve our residents at an optimum level. The time and location will remain the same, which will be at Rails Recreation, and will be held from 9 to 11. We will put out some information on social media and other platforms to make sure you're aware of the change. Right now, we're serving up to 300 families weekly. In addition to those 300 families, any of our senior citizens that have no transportation or are disabled residents can call us at 561-840-0135, and we will make sure to have food distribution grocery boxes delivered to your home so that you're able to continually have the nutritionist meals. As far as our COVID-19 testing, which I'm sure you've heard quite a bit about, but I'd like to tell you some differences and some changes that are occurring. COVID-19 testing does continue, and at this time, we continue to partner with United Clinical Lab to provide community COVID-19 PCR testing. That is by way of the throat swab, which is currently available to the community at large. The dates and times are Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 4, and on Fridays from 1 to 5 at Wells Recreation, which is located at 2409 Avenue H West. This unique partnership allows our residents and community to be tested right here in Riviera Beach, which also allows us the optimum opportunity for not only to have the test done by nurses, but also they are a part of their own lab. So we have ultimate partnerships that actually we've been getting our results back within 24 hours. But of course, this could take up to 24 hours. Results are provided by phone, email, and text for those of you that need to provide your employers or your apartment landlords a proof of testing. However, the one known change I would like you to note is, due to the CARES Act discontinuation, patients that are insured will be asked to present your insurance card at the time of testing. The insurance will be billed for your COVID-19 testing. But for those patients having no insurance, please don't be dismayed. Indigent or other people who have no insurance will still be tested at no charge by the United Lab. So with that, Ms. Noel, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Grimsley. So that completes our staff report. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move over to any questions that any caller on this line may have for what was said. So if you are a caller listening in, you can dial *9 so that I can unmute your line and that you can also ask your question. I'll go ahead and give it a few seconds. All right, seeing that we have no questions, before we end, there is just a bit more information that I do want to share. So first, I just want to let everyone know that we've already begun our annual celebration of the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We started with our senior drive-through luncheon that took place today, and we will be holding our first MLK Front Porch Parade this Saturday in neighborhoods throughout the city. So for more information on the parade and additional activities that will be taking place throughout the next couple of weeks, please check out our website and social media where you can find all the details. In addition, we will be holding our 2021 municipal election. Yes, it is upon us. So we have already put out information on the two proposed charter amendments that will be on that ballot. To include what you need to know about them and how they will affect you. In addition, we want you to know that we have two candidates running for the City Council District 4 seat. So if you're not aware of this, Please be informed. Information is on the city website. We've been posting information on our social media, and we'll be sending out mail out using our new mass communication system soon called Code Red, so that we can have that information readily available to you. In addition, we will also be holding community meetings so that anyone who has questions or who really wants to understand what those amendments are, please, please, please look out for that information, as this is going to be an opportunity for you to engage and ask those questions to clear up any concerns you may have. And so with that being said, we always ask you guys to stay connected to us. We are in trying times, and we're making our way through this pandemic. And so we thank you for taking the time this evening to meet with us. We hope to see you again at our next call, which is 2 weeks from now. So with that, have a great night and be safe. Good night.